As Dad said, there are new flavors for June from 1855 Coffee House for their lattes. I'll just go through those. Whole month of June, you got 30 days. Do that. Blackberry lavender latte and cinnamon roll latte.
Which I had today, the cinnamon roll latte.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
Well, it's a bit hot out there.
Having popsicles.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just like our commercial.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a hot streak now. So long. Okay, by the way, before we get started, it'd be good because like during the commercial, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Hudson scolded me because I try to give other people credit. I try to give other people credit.
Not because you give other people credit. It's because you always
I drone
say,
on and on.
this is
our... So what is the protocol? I want to ask you folks, what's the protocol
I'm going to get
for
buried here.
podcasts? I mean, is there some sort of protocol? Like you always chastise me because during the warm-up, I tell you what's going to happen. And then when we get into the podcast itself, I tell you what's going to happen. And I don't know what the protocol is. See, because I grew up with live radio. I grew up with live television. And so you have to kind of repeat yourself. And I was noticing last week, Jim Schrader, who's my age, he was talking about the Music Conservancy. And he was saying how he spelled out their email address, because when you were in live television or radio, you spell it out, but you want to go slow and you want to say it several times.
Mom does.
Yeah.
It's funny because she'll call somebody like the doctor's office.
Mm-hmm.
S is in Sam. N is in Nancy. And it's like, Mom, that is
so old.
That dates you.
Yeah.
I haven't done that for a long time. Probably the last time I did it was when Mom told me I had to do it. It's like, no, you don't.
So tell me, Hudson, what's hip? I mean, what's happening?
Probably just saying it once or twice and not saying it every single podcast.
Okay.
That would be my thought. Anyway, people want to know what's going on.
But if you want to weigh in,
we got our normals. We don't have Wisconsin Heights Weekly. I'll just make that announcement because Joe is not here. He's actually on like a field trip, isn't he?
For Wisconsin Heights.
For Wisconsin Heights. So we'll have the scuttlebutt about that next week on Wisconsin Heights Weekly.
Is it Scuttlebud or Scuttlebutt?
I don't know. I thought I've heard.
When we come back in after our intro, we're going to find out.
I've always said Scuttlebutt, but I thought
You said Scuttlebutt?
I said Scuttlebud here because I thought that's what I was overthinking.
I always thought it was Scuttlebutt.
Yeah, what's the Scuttlebutt?
But I don't know. We'll find that out. You probably know, but we'll find that out. And we'll answer for this, what it is. So what else do we got? Wonder Wheel later on. And if time permits, we're going to be heading down to the, is this okay for me to say?
Say it, baby.
Okay. As time permits, we're going to have a tour of a brand new, actually it's not brand new, a brand new location, brand new owners of B-Style Florida in historic.
Did you say B-Style Florida?
Floral.
Okay.
In historic downtown Mazomanie.
Like you said Florida.
Maybe I did.
In Mazomanie, Wisconsin.
Anyway, this is the 61st episode of the original Father-Son voiceover podcast, and we're glad you're here. And do you want to get started?
We probably should, because we keep stumbling on ourselves.
Hey, this is Bill DeWeese, pro voiceover talent and voiceover career coach. And this is the original Father-Son voiceover podcast.
First episode. Speaking of Demond, he is our audio-visual producer. He's behind the scenes, but he's probably the most important person because he makes us look better than we really are. John is producing the program right now, the podcast. Hudson is pulling the strings as the executive producer, getting everything set up. And when it's decision time, that's when he really kicks in. Creativity and decision time is when he kicks in. Drew's next to me, and over there, no Joe Bob. Where is Joe Bob anyway? Was he at a
Party at
field
the park.
trip? Whoops. Sorry about that.
Party at the park.
Got to get mine on.
Vibrate.
So at the beginning,
With this, he's
doing something
we're
that's
not
Wisconsin
having
Nights Weekly.
Yeah, we're
He's
not
living
having we're not having Wisconsin Nights Weekly this week, but we are having it next week with Joe because Joe is living it. He is living it right now, as John said. Wisconsin Nights Weekly. So
We can talk a little bit about it when he gets back.
yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
All right.
so just a few moments ago, when Hudson and I were up here previewing the episode,
Totally.
Hudson said that we would get the scuttlebutt on something, and I said I think it's scuttlebutt.
I
And
think it
he
is too,
overthought
but
it.
I overthought it. But was I right in overthinking it?
It's scuttlebutt.
Okay, good.
And here it is. It's the water. You know it, like you got the scuttlebutt on it. It's like
you
the
got
rumor, the
inside
back.
baseball. Yeah.
So when office workers catch up on the latest scuttlebutt around the water cooler, they're continuing a long-standing tradition that probably also occurred on the sailing ships of yore. Back in the early 1800s, the cask containing a ship's daily supply of fresh water was called the scuttlebutt, from the verb scuttle, meaning to cut a hole through, and the noun butt, cask. That name was later applied to a drinking fountain on a ship or at a naval installation. In time, the term for the water source was also applied to the gossip and rumors generated around it.
The water
And the
cooler
latest
talk.
chatter has been called scuttlebutt ever since. So
Too
we were
bad we
talking
don't-
about that, and we said we were going to come back here right away and get things cleared up.
We should call it the chamber scuttlebutt instead of chamber
yeah.
because they were talking about that. We won't change that. We won't
Yeah.
do that to you guys.
So now you were giving me before
chiding.
you were chiding me, scolding me about podcast protocols.
Etiquette, yeah.
I have a tendency to, like during our commercial, I say this is what we got coming up, and I guess that's okay. But doing it in the
Yes.
warm up
Well, he
and
does it
again,
he does it
is
so many
not okay.
times, which is fine. I know that not everybody watches all those parts, but
They say that you have to see like an advertisement. I don't know.
100 sometimes or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
So I mean, we only do it 3 times.
Well, we've
so
done
that's
60 podcasts and 60. This is 61. Thank you for watching.
This podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, the 1855 Coffee House. And they have some new flavors down there. Oh, you're going to probably talk about that,
Go
aren't
ahead.
you? No,
You can take
not
one.
going to. Not going to.
Well, we could
That
jump right into
What are the flavors?
what are
There's
the
no spices.
Enjoy. There is no flavor. There are no spices. Where are the chips?
But
Or
if
the
you
cheap
just say
cheese.
that you watch this podcast or listen to it, then you get 10% off any food or beverage. Nothing in the vault.
Vault.
Yeah. So let's get started because
All right. Yep.
Got to.
Let's get into. We're not going to do, like we said, no Wisconsin Nights Weekly. So right into Mazomania Sitewise with Johnny.
You mean Satwise?
Yeah.
Oh, let me say,
All right, so let's do a couple reminders here. Don't forget about the Wisconsin River Sportsman's Club Family Fishing Day this Saturday. It starts at 10 a.m.
What's the date on that?
Tomorrow, you mean?
Well, it doesn't come out. This comes out next Wednesday.
So it's the one. So what date is that? What's
It's the 10th.
Okay, I was just
So
asking.
that's why I did it.
Okay.
What is it?
10
10th?
a.m.
Saturday?
Yep.
Is it Saturday? 10th?
10th at 10 a.m. How
Ooh.
great is that? So you can go on, just go on down and hang out at the fish at Lake Marion. It will be at.
And you get a new fishing pole.
Yep, I think it's the
Limited
first.
supplies.
Yes, thank you.
Prizes.
Yep. And then also this week is the garage sales. And I won't give you the website as people are aware now of where to go
And that's
to
the
find out the
8th.
map.
Is that the 8th
It's
through
on
the
the,
10th?
Yep.
Is
It
it?
starts on the 8th of June here, this tomorrow, because this comes out on the 7th,
Yeah.
and goes through the Saturday. So if you want to, start your morning off fishing on Saturday and head out garage sailing,
It's your world. You're living
yep,
in
go
it.
ahead.
Yep.
As Dad said, there are new flavors for June from 1855 Coffee House for their lattes. I'll just go through those. Whole month of June, you got 30 days. Do that. Blackberry lavender latte and cinnamon roll latte.
Which I had today, the cinnamon roll latte.
What'd you think?
It
Fine?
was all right, yeah.
Yeah. You're not a big...
I'm weird because I'm sure lots of other people really, really like it. I kind of like to stick to the same things, and I just have really enjoyed the vanilla latte. And that's not a shot at anything else. It's more of a shot at myself for not having good taste in anything. But
with the blackberry lavender. When I think of lavender, I think of nice smells. Like a lavender smell, like a flower or something like that.
Are you big into essential oils? That's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
because lavender's a big essential oil
yeah.
flavor.
So I guess I would be concerned with what that would taste like as lavender.
I'm
Have
sure
you guys ever
probably-
eaten
what is it-
flowers?
What is it? Blackberry? did you say?
Accidentally, maybe.
Blackberry.
There was a lady that
Blackberry, is
that
it?
used to come
Blackberry lavender.
to gatherings that we had, and we'd have like potluck type things, and she would always bring flowers to eat, different types of flowers. They would taste different.
So you've had them.
Rabbits.
Oh, yes,
Flowers
and some of
on,
them are
like,
real
cakes
kind of
with
almost
designs on 'em.
spicy and
Little
they aren't
flowers, yeah.
what you'd think. They look like they might be sugary or
I've
or
had that.
sweet.
There are some of those like they kind of look like clovers, but I don't think they're clovers. They kind of taste lemony. Have you ever had those?
You
I've
mean
had
the
some of
purple
those.
things?
Sprouts?
The purple things that are
No, they're green. They're in the
Oh.
grass. I don't know if they're a weed. I don't know what they are, but I've had that before because they kind of have like a little bit of a citrusy taste to them.
How about dandelions? Have you guys ever had a dandelion salad?
Not
never-
a salad, but I've
Like
ate
Roy
one
will eat
before.
dandelions. He
That's
chows down on them.
leaking into Roy.
it's okay.
That's right.
I mean, it's a tease for
There you go.
Adventures with Roy from Elroy.
Yep.
But one of the things Michelle Van Shindig said was that they, like, halfway through last month, they ran out of the
Flavored
banana something
Really?
because it was so popular.
Huh.
Yeah. And I said, why didn't you just buy a bigger jug? And she said she would
Why didn't
next
know?
time.
That's what
She
she
said
said.
she would next time. So anyway, that and I will have to see which flavor is the biggest down there.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Would you like to try one of those?
Yeah,
Or are you?
I'd taste the. I would taste the cinnamon roll for sure. I mean,
chase it
I'm
too.
never too afraid to try something. So
No,
I,
you
I,
are not.
I would try the blackberry
That's
lavender.
my
I don't know
You
if
are
I'm sure.
not- you are not
I have a
afraid.
fairly good feeling that I would like the cinnamon roll for sure. I'm not
How about
sure.
tomorrow? You gonna try it?
Oh.
I could try a taste of it.
Okay.
Okay.
So somebody else would have to buy it for you to try a taste
No,
of it.
I'll buy one.
Okay. You said you'd have a taste of it.
Well,
That's what I was
she
saying.
let me try
Well, I
an
don't do well
espresso
with caffeine, so
one time.
don't really want
Little
that latte.
espresso,
that too.
Espresso.
And
Not
she let me
espresso, yeah.
try their cold brew.
which is lots of hours. We won't say it because we don't want to give away their
Blank
secret.
number of hours.
Yeah.
Perfect. Makes a perfect cold brew.
What do you think about the espresso? The bitter?
Fine. I mean, yeah, I put a little cream in it, and that
okay.
that makes it.
Yeah,
good.
not so bitter.
Dad was.
Were you jacked the whole day? Well, I mean,
I don't
you're
get.
already
Yeah,
jacked.
I mean, but yeah, I
yoked,
just had to be careful. I had to
I
be.
meant hyped. You know.
No, I had to be careful driving by the gym because I have a tendency to blow up when I drive by the gym.
Yeah, I hear you.
No, I didn't feel it that much.
Really?
No.
Huh.
Caffeine, like
Dad
Mountain
was
Dews and
sleeping.
stuff,
He-
put me to sleep.
Oh,
now
that's
at
true.
my
I forgot
age.
about that.
Anyway, back to that, John.
Then on June 24th, so 2 weeks, you got the plan for this. They're having a beanbag tournament at the Iron Hop Tap House.
Oh.
2 to 5. Entry fee is $25.
Inside, I'm assuming.
I mean, the
gonna say,
location
they don't
was
really
there.
have-
I don't know for
they don't
sure. They
really
got a
have
little bit of
much-
green space behind
okay.
them with the.
What do you get? Do you
Don't
know
know.
what you just enter?
I think that's
and
the entry fee for your team, and that's not too bad. I don't think. I don't know. I mean,
get a chance to play. I
yeah,
guess
maybe there's some sort of money involved in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't go too
gift
much.
certificate or
Yep.
something.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yep. I think there's going to be live music as well there.
Oh, nice. At the same time.
So, yep. Then two things, one closer to home, or two things that are close to our house. One is Vanguard Electric took down the electric poles, or the telephone poles along Reeve Road. They've been up there for as far as I
Years.
can remember,
Yeah.
and
Probably
now they're
since
down.
they've had electricity out that area.
Yep. So those are down. That's a big. There's what, 4 of them along that
So they
one.
bury
that
the
we had.
lines under the.
They did that last fall, didn't they?
Burying the lines?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. And then lastly, as we said last week, I said that Cindy Lawler left Dollar General. Their hours are here, they're kind of spotty. They're not always the same. And so you'll need to pay attention to Mazo, the Facebook page, what's happening in Mazo, because they will let us know when they're going to be open. Like they're only open till 4. 2 days, yesterday, and I think it's today as well. And they vary. I don't know if they have somebody. I didn't notice the person that was seemed to be the person in charge there. She was from around the area, so I don't know if they have somebody that came in to handle things while they're trying to hire. But they were looking to close down, and it was maybe a little bit of a rough time to do that because people are coming back from work.
Yeah.
And so that's usually when they get their busiest time. And so just pay attention to that if you have that ability, because they are posting, it seems like, those hours and keeping people up to date. So because they're varying, and hopefully they'll get somebody soon that will fill that, because I know that if they are going to be closing it around 4, that's a pretty rough time to do that for around here.
So if you're somebody who's young or old or middle-aged or whatever, and you're looking for a job,
just
check
somebody.
out Kroger.
Yep.
Wick is hiring.
Wick. Check out.
I think ETC is hiring.
Speaking
Dollar General.
of, have we heard anything about the Family Dollar? You know, that was a big hope just a few weeks ago, and I haven't heard
Maybe
anything.
that's why they're going to do a Family Dollar, because when you go in to buy something, you have to go and work for a little while. Your family has to go in, grab the stuff, and then
Hey, and
that's
then,
it for me.
Yeah,
But just keep yourself posted on that. So you
I
don't, because I think
Keep
people are kind of a
yourself
little bit
posted.
grumpy, which is somewhat
it's
understandable.
understandable. Yeah.
They were walking in, and I think they were looking to only around 4 o'clock is when they just try to close the doors. So
on my walk today, I was walking on Walter Road, and I saw 2 young gals. I don't go to the Dollar General like all the time, but I'd never seen these. They were workers, so I wonder if they hired 2 people.
maybe.
Nice.
Oh.
That'd be nice. if they did.
Just one other question is, and maybe somebody could help us, because people know a lot, and they know a lot more than I do. But so the Facebook, what's happening Mazo? It's not happening. It's not what's happening in Mazo. It's what's happening Mazo. And I wanted to know: is it supposed to be
Question
what's
mark?
happening Mazo, or is it what's happening Mazo? I don't know. I don't know how to.
I think it's what's happening
Mazo.
Mazo. I think
Okay.
it's what's happening.
Is there a comma?
No,
It's
Should
just.
be-
I
it
think
should
it's
be a
just what's
pause.
happening Mazo.
Okay.
Like what is going on
Yeah.
in Mazo.
I was just
Essentially,
curious,
I
yeah.
don't think it's a question. What's happening Mazo? I
Yeah.
think it's more. It's like. It's just what's happening.
And I'm not
then
tearing.
town.
I'm not tearing it down. I'm
No,
not
probably
tearing them down. I'm just
No, I
trying
was
to
just
get
trying to explain
information
it to you.
Yeah.
I could be totally wrong.
Usually you don't explain things that you're totally wrong on.
I was taking my best guess at it.
Okay.
So
In a
Let me
scolding way.
explain
I'm willing to
something
put-
to
scold
you
you.
I'm
that
willing
I
to-
have no idea about.
I'm willing to put myself out there on the line.
We appreciate that.
And we've got some pictures.
We sure do.
Remember?
That one on the far left, remember, of those 2?
So
Oh, you got it.
here's one right here tonight. Now this
Oh,
we're
nice.
recording this on videotaping this on Friday, and tonight they had the Music Conservancy. They're every single month, first Friday of the month, big event down at the community center. Now I know it's past, but the whole thing is Jim Schrader and Deb Schrader and all the gang from Staff Infection and the Music Conservancy. They have it every Friday night at the community building, except for in August.
Every Friday night?
Excuse me, first Friday of every month.
There.
Thank you
Except for August, they have any out at Lake Marion?
Lake Marion.
Yeah. And if you wanna see that, go check out our chat with
Jim Schrader.
Jim Schrader
Yeah.
on the MMC.
Yeah, see, and that's my whole point. Is see one of the things that
Cross-reference.
Yeah,
Go
exactly.
back there.
See that's
Yeah.
why I'm kind
Oh,
of the
yeah, yeah,
guru
yeah,
of the internet.
Oh,
here
wow.
on
And
this.
you can tune into
Yeah,
WISY.
92.5. Why don't you try to get that on here for just a second? Can you log into ISY.
Yeah, you
Let me
probably
see if I
can.
can
Let's see
here.
if we can hear what's playing right now.
Yeah, just tune
Because that's
in.
Jim Schrader and Mike Forkel,
Oh.
who that's a local station.
What do they pay? Do they play like just like some some folk
Oh,
music?
they play all. It's very eclectic.
Really?
I've listened to it a few times,
So they have a Facebook. Here we go.
There you go. Tune in right there.
and
This is gonna be fun.
How do I?
see right there. Oh, and they just and Jim was just mentioning that they just upped their license. They renewed their license for 5 more years.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So local radio.
Oh, it's
going
Buzz
on here.
Country
This
right
is-
there.
now this
I don't
is
think
country.
that's
That's
it.
not.
I'm
That's
sorry,
not
I'm gonna get in
us.
so much trouble. Where's Joe?
Double. Why not right up there? Oh, that's the Facebook.
Maybe they have it on here.
Maybe you can play
Yeah,
from
I
there.
bet you can play it.
Oh,
Tough.
Who's not logged in?
Okay, well, sorry about that. We got on a wild
We tried.
rabbit hole. Anyway, once, say it for me, Hudson. The first Friday,
First
of,
Friday
every month
during the summer,
except
August,
August.
is down at
It's
the
down at
community
the
building.
community.
And when it's not,
Not there.
when it is in August, when we're in
at Lake
August,
Marion.
Lake
It's Lake
Marion,
Marion.
that
Yep.
has water in it.
Yep, and they have food and drinks down there, and so yeah, they have local bands and
Free
stuff.
admission, but you have to pay for the food.
Yep, that's
Just
exactly
check out
right.
just check out our
is
chamber
that
chat
building
and-
right there?
and-
Where they do the WISY?
Yep,
Right in that building.
I guess.
Wow.
Check out the chamber chat and the MMC chat on our Facebook and what's happening, Mazo and all that stuff.
So I was just down driving around, and I saw that. Then watch this.
Oh,
Look
good.
at
Wow.
it's so hot out. I just thought it'd be so fun to jump in there.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
that's the pool right
yeah,
there.
it's all beautifully
local pool.
painted. Greg the painter did that.
Greg Rossler.
Yep, and it
Oh,
is
nice.
ready to be
does look
swum
nice.
in or
When is that
swam
open
in.
again?
June 6th.
Last
Oh,
day.
nice.
Watch that. See, I faded that, and then I faded it in. I didn't do it on purpose.
Oh, boy.
Doesn't that look nice though? It looks so clean and
It does.
fresh.
It looks like you'd want to swim in it.
And see, this is you're gonna watch me how I blend things. That you're gonna remember this because it's going to be a possible Wonder Wheel question.
Oh.
And then
Okay, and then this, just a little something. This the pool was erected in 1969. I was 9 years old. I remember I was the first one to swim in it
Oh.
because a friend of mine.
You were?
Yep. We got in early. We got to go in a little early and swim in it. We begged and begged and begged.
I hope
We
people
knew the
can
people
read,
that were doing
read that. It
There's
says,
two elderly women that passed away, and they gave the money. They saved the money. It was like $90,000.
Wow.
And they gave it for a pool. I think they might have been from Blackburn.
Ooh.
is it Loda or Lotta?
I don't remember.
Loda B. Smith.
I mean, she was passed
Lotus
away
seems
before
like it's fairly
That's what it's
before
like to
I
me,
was
yeah.
even born.
1873 and 18.
They had like $90,000 that they donated.
Wow.
I don't believe they were ever married, and they just saved their money, and that was a lot of money for back then.
That's
Well,
amazing.
They have the same last name.
Yeah, I think that's because they weren't ever married.
Oh, they were sisters.
They're sisters? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
N. Blanchet.
So anyway,
Smith.
I was down there.
15 years separated those two.
Yeah, and
But
I was.
They only died.
And the older one lived longer.
Wow.
Wowzers.
I was so hot today because it's like 90 degrees, and I just remember being a kid wishing I could get into the pool.
Yeah.
And I bet you there. By the way, the splash pad was open today, so there were people down there. Is that enough? Do you guys have enough, or can I have
Yep,
one
well,
more?
Don't we have? Are you going to talk about something else? About
Just
your trip?
the museum
Oh, okay.
is open every Sunday
What
until
museum?
Labor Day. The Mazomanie Historical Society, right downtown in historic Mazomanie. It's a historical museum in historic Mazomanie. It's double historic. And it's 1 to 4 every Sunday until Labor Day. They're still looking for a docent as a guide, typically a volunteer.
Tour guide.
But I know that Michelle and Scott Johannick, Michelle Van Schindig and Scott Johannick, they just went this last week to the museum and said that she said there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Don't you have one more thing, or what did you want to the pictures from your trip or no?
Oh yeah, one more
Just a
thing.
couple,
Sorry,
and then we'll do Roy.
Jonathan and I and Mom were in Michigan.
The left one. I think.
We
one do
were
you want?
over
The
the
left one was
holiday,
there you go.
and we have relatives that
that's
watch
fine.
this. I hope you don't mind us having some family pictures. These are some relatives of ours. You can see me off to the right there. That's a selfie. That's best I can do. That's Becky down on the right. Point
Mom's
to her.
right there.
And Becky's mom.
Sharon.
And that's Becky's sister Kim, and our nephew Josh. That's Kim's oldest son, and then his oldest son Jacob, and then his wife Allie, and then Brian, who's my brother-in-law, and Kim's husband, Becky's brother-in-law, my brother-in-law,
It's on the opposite side.
and we were at Pickerel Lake.
I had
which is
this.
a
I have
beautiful
this
lake.
picture too.
Oh yeah,
It's a little bit. Everybody's smiling.
yeah, yep. There's Johnny there. I took the picture.
Yeah.
And that was all.
So
that was
we
all
got
that was there.
Josh here, Mom there, Kim, Grandma, Uncle Brian, Allie, Johnny,
Jake,
and Althea.
Thea.
Thea?
Yep.
Isn't it?
I don't know. I think it's just Thea. That's what
Okay,
they call
my
it.
bad.
Thea.
Sorry.
Yep.
Josh, if you
So
guys are watching.
it was a beautiful day. They walked around the lake, and Brian and I stayed with Grandma and walked around with her and talked with her. So because she
Very
couldn't
nice.
make it around the lake. There you go. That's what we did over
That's
in
Uncle
Michigan.
Brian's
One of-
nice truck, too. Nice
People,
pickup.
people look more prepared for that photo. The,
Yeah.
the first photo that you had.
Yeah,
you
there might have
had-
been another one. I may have picked the
That
wrong
was
one.
actually
I
a
thought I
later
picked-
photo. Well, I took a picture of them, and I said, "Now we got to have a selfie." And I'm not the best at taking selfies.
Well, the problem is
Yeah.
your selfie, it would be, the definition of a selfie would just be you.
Oh,
Because your head would take up
Oh,
the
true,
whole
yeah.
picture. So it would.
Good point.
You'd be trying to do it with a whole bunch of people.
anyway, we were in Michigan, the Grand Rapids area, for about 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're back.
All right. Moving on to everybody's favorite, the exciting adventures of Roy from Elroy.
And now, another edition of The Adventures of Roy from Elroy.
Well,
DeMont has done so well at
documenting his life.
Yeah, I was just looking at videos and stuff like that from when we picked him up, and it almost seems you can't. I remember him being small, but then you look at those videos and pictures, and he's a foot and a half long. He was so
Tiny
small.
tot.
Yeah, he was
Tiny bean.
little, kind of like a little teddy bear.
I don't want to go into detail here because we're just not going to do that. But Roy will probably be having surgery. We come to that point in a male and female's animal's life where you have to make a decision, and we've made that decision for Roy. Is that right? And so this Friday he's going to have life-changing surgery.
Yeah.
So
He's doing
I
pretty
wonder
well.
if he'll. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wonder if he'll be less energetic. If he'll be whatever. I don't know what he'll be like because he's
Time will tell.
He's a ball of fun.
yep,
He
sure
is ornery.
He really is ornery. He's not like a lot of the labs. A lady that I happen to know, and Damon graduated with his son. He's in the armed forces now. She was down at the Mazo Lions Club Park, and her dog Kenny is a black lab.
Oh,
He's
Kenny.
a big dog.
Kenneth, yeah.
I mean, he's quite a bit taller than Roy, and he's about 80 pounds already.
Wow.
He's 10 months old, and he's frisky, and he was trying to get at us, and so I was just kind of holding my hand out there. And then he kind of was nudging my hand, so I was kind of pushing at his face, and he was biting, but he bites just like
Like a
most
regular
labs do,
lab.
kind of just
Aw.
gum you to death with their teeth. Roy does not do that.
he
Roy will
clamps.
clamp down. Now he's like if you saw Roy in like if you see him around town, for those people local, he's not going to bite you. He just isn't like that. But when you decide to play with him, and he knows it's time to play, he's ornery. He's
Watch out. Plays for keeps.
Yep, he does. He rips.
And he's a very nice dog.
Yep.
When you
just are there petting him and stuff.
He's tired and stuff like that. But you show
You
him
cross.
that you're ready to fight.
Yeah.
He's ready to play. He's 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, probably what is he, 65 pounds? 60, 65?
He's heavy.
Yeah. We're waiting for him to get a little bit taller. He's kind of a
Stout.
little, yeah.
He's stout right now.
We're seeing other dogs that are 10 months old, and maybe it's from
He's
6
10?
months. No,
He's 10 months old?
No, I was saying we've seen
He'll be
other
7
dogs.
months old tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Some other dogs
Maybe
that
he'll
are.
shoot up big time here.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Be a real big dog. So, anyway, is that
Yep.
is that all we've got?
I
All
think
right.
so.
We don't have an interview, so. But yeah, thank you.
We might.
We're gonna try to go down to B-Style Floral, the new owners of B-Style Floral, and their new shop right across from 1855 Coffee House. It is Christina and Malia. We're gonna go down there before it opens up, and we're gonna get a little bit of a tour for the people who haven't been down there. And then at some point, we're gonna hopefully have them on the podcast as an interview. So we will play that next. All right. Ready?
Yep. Mom, you can shut this door if you want.
All right, are we rolling? Sure are.
All right, so here we are on our first road trip.
It's like we're doing a vlog, but
Yeah.
oh, we're getting a little rain.
Yeah,
Did you see
our
that?
first road trip to B-Style Florists.
B-Style Floral.
B-Style Floral down in historic downtown Pennsylvania. Let's get going.
Don't worry, Dad's not filming and driving at the same time.
Yeah, this is our first road trip tour. B-Style Floral, historic downtown Mazomanie. Here we go. We're traveling down. You see the flagpole down here.
Oh, this is great. It's like a movie.
Yeah, and I was going to park on this side, but I'm going to make a U-turn.
Oh.
There's no sign that says you can't make a U-turn. Lights are on at B-Style Floral.
There's 1855.
Fault.
There it is. Look at that beautiful place.
The original father-son voiceover podcast is on the road. Coming to a business or town near you. All right.
Lead the way, Dad.
Here we go. Come on.
I'm coming.
I'm not saying that to you.
No, I know. I know.
I don't know. Do we have to knock on the door?
Yeah. Let me get you in there.
Can we come in? How are you doing?
Wow, look at
Good.
this place.
I'm Todd from the original father-son voiceover podcast. This is Hudson.
Hi, I've met you before. I'm
Yep.
Leah.
Nelia.
Yes.
Good to meet you.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well.
This is Christina.
This is so different from when I first came in.
Yeah, it looks so much nicer. Let's try it.
I know you guys were painting and everything, and there was a desk here and everything, so
I'm Christina.
Mrs. Hudson.
Yes, hi, nice to see you.
thanks for letting us come in early.
So we're real laid back,
Okay.
and we're actually filming right now. So
Okay.
that's usually how we do things. We just kind of start out, and so we were just wondering if we could just kind of get a little tour. I mean,
Yeah.
this is kind of here. So this is bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's a
more
large space for
Yeah.
sure. Yes, and we like that because it gives us a little bit of space to grow.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we have our gift, pretty primarily plants over here. We try to go pretty heavy on house plants. We've got some herb gardens and lots of good stuff. And then yeah, like everything else is pretty much in the front, just gift shop stuff.
Yeah, and we do consign a lot of local artists, so all of our pictures here that are on canvas are by an artist called Madeline Huff. She's located out in Madison, and we met her at Ballet. She was one of our designers too. All of the stained glass art you see kind of spattered around like the place, it's actually Christina's mom makes all of it handmade. So, and then we have a few dot art things, so those hanging air plants right there, and we do have some cute like paperweights and ornaments and vases. Those are all made by Tracy. She's local here in Wisconsin. too. And all of our beautiful embroidered aprons and bags and tea towels are made by
I like
Christina
that.
John.
That's nice.
And then our more hardy, like more garden type of aprons here, those are made by another artist here in Madison. Her name's Leslie. All of our signs are made by the beautiful Whitney Haig. She lives here, Mazo. Who else do we have here?
I think all that's left is Susie. Susie lives in Mazo also, and she makes these amazing bracelets that we have over here.
Let's go check them out.
She uses really, really, really nice quality stuff, and she's got a few different types. They're absolutely beautiful.
When you guys thought about doing this, I mean, how long have you been kind of in the, like, we'd like to have a shop like this? When did you start thinking? I mean, and how do you guys know each other?
I mean, independently, we always wanted to have like our own thing going.
Yeah.
But we met at Kelly's Flowers. We were both designers there.
Yeah.
So, and then last Thanksgiving, we were like, oh, we should open up our own shop together. So we figured out that we wanted to own our own places. And we were like, oh, that'd be hilarious. I'd be like, in 5 years, that'd be great. Here comes December, and we find the listing for B-Style, and she shows me, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. We should talk to him. And then January, we were meeting with people. February, doing negotiations. And March, we bought it.
It's like a whirlwind.
So our 5-year plan became like a 6-month plan, and then it just worked out. And then we got this space like March 1st. We started the lease here, and we knew we needed to open by Mother's Day. So we did it very, very quickly. It was, we were here
every day,
like 12 hours a day, every day.
Because it's like Mother's Day, like a big start of like Mother's Day, Father's Day,
Mother's
congratulations, anniversaries, all that kind of stuff.
So it's like Mother's Day, one of the biggest floral holidays of the year, seconded by Valentine's Day, because everybody has a mom.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just needed to get in before that, so I'm working on flowers for Mother's Day and stuff like that, and help us get a good jump on revenue so we can keep the shop going.
Yeah. So it was good. Yeah, it was busy. So.
But this was quite a remodel job.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what did you like change? You probably didn't change the ceiling because it's historic, kind of like.
Oh,
right?
so every fixture is original. That's like part of the building. We just painted it, or we took off some of the plaster that was falling off.
Yeah, this whole wall is like original plaster, so we really had to repair almost the whole wall. And then there were 2 of the bricks here, but this one, the plaster was falling off, so we took it off. And then that one was falling down, so they had to put a wall back over top of it to make sure it was on. So yeah, so we did that, painted every surface. But yeah, we didn't really change any, like the way it looked inside. It was pretty much like this other than paint, which made a drastic difference.
Yes.
But all the walls are where they were.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we like added shelves and things, but that was kind of it.
And so we had to do some electrical work, some plumbing work. But I would say the painting was really the hardest and longest for us.
Yeah.
Well, I guess everything's harder and more expensive and takes longer than you possibly ever thought that it could. So.
I think I've heard you're supposed to do like 20 to 30% added. You know, like if you're building a house or remodeling or something like that.
Yeah.
This, I like this. I really like this dark bluish color. That's really rich.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's very nice.
This is actually wallpaper here.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, and so that was kind of our inspiration for the space. That's like the first thing we chose, and then we...
Here, are you doing like, is that just for you guys to do stuff, or do you have, do you have plans to do like, some of the places have like community projects and classes and stuff like that?
Yeah, we are going to start doing that. Hopefully, like the next month or 2, we're going to start incorporating some classes, floral or plants, or we're really trying to work with like dried and pressed flowers and things like that. So we kind of want to incorporate those in the classes. And then some of our vendors are also going to teach some classes. Like I think I've talked to Whitney about doing a sign class, and we're going to talk to Tracy about some dot art. So kind of just like different styles. And then also I know we want to try and do something with kids for over the summer too.
Yeah.
We're trying to expand a lot. We also want to be able to rent the space for baby showers, bridal showers, things like that, and we can kind of cater to, you know, their needs food-wise, flowers, gifts, decorations, kind of whatever, and, you know, we can set up a pretty long table in the space, and So that's another idea we have, and really just trying to push events. I think that's like our main thing that we really wanted to do when we got into this wedding work, really, and like event work. So we're pushing that really hard over summer because it's like the big wedding season here, into fall as well. So yeah, I think those are some of the things we're working on right now, and just trying to still like finish everything from opening because we did it so fast. Yeah. There was like a lot of things that we were like,
some catch-up work. Huh?
Yeah, we need to do that now. So yeah, but things have been really great. Like Mother's Day was awesome, and then we had graduation and prom, and that was great also. The community has just been amazing so far. So
you guys deliver?
We do.
Yes.
We do, okay.
Yeah. So we deliver out to obviously Mazo, Black Earth, Cross Plains, Marina, Spring Green, Sauk, Prairie du Sac, Wanakee, Middleton, and we'll even go up to like Baraboo and other outlying communities. So just try to cater to those who don't have a florist, but would like a florist.
Do you guys still want more consignment people? Are you looking for more consignment, or are you saying no? We kind of have it set here. Not that you wouldn't be open to it, but are you kind of happy with where you're at right now?
I think we're happy with where we're at, but we would definitely be open. We're trying to really keep like anything that somebody consigns as the only thing that is like that. So like we won't carry any other kind of bracelets. Okay. I won't carry any other signs really. Like we're trying to really minimize it so that that person's stuff can shine and actually sell. You know, we want to help people because they're also helping us. You know, it gives us a lot of really awesome giftware stuff that we wouldn't have, you know, had they not been willing to sell it in our shop. Yeah. So we want to help them as much as possible.
One of the things I'm always amazed at, like the flowers, the fresh flowers. Yeah. How do you get those? Because I mean, you do those because I mean they don't have much of a shelf life a lot of times, right? So you get them from a supplier, or how do you do that?
We do. So we get them primarily from Krieger, and so they're located like a little bit more up north in Wisconsin.
Yeah, Rothschild.
Yeah. So they come 3 times a week. You know, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and we have a plant truck that comes on Wednesday, so we can get more house plants, or if we need to replenish things, or if someone wants to do like a special order, we can get something in. But we're also trying later on in June when the flower season's like at its peak here in Wisconsin to do local vendors. So I know there's a bunch of local farms like around here that would like to sell their fresh cut flower, and we would love to have them here. So
there's a small farm in Spring Green that's going to start delivering like late June, early July, so we'll be on their route as well. So hopefully, I mean, we're trying to support anybody local to Wisconsin. Even the other gift stuff that we buy, we try our very best. Like, unless it's like so cute that we have to. We try to buy it from Wisconsin. Sure. So we are trying to kind of keep it local because I think that means so much to people, and I love that, you know.
And so you've been open since
April 29th.
April 29th, that's right.
That was our opening day.
Have you had a lot of surprises? I mean, you talked about the welcoming, the good Mother's Day on the graduation stuff. Have you had people say, oh, you know, you've got to have this? And you said, we didn't think about that. Or did you kind of have a good idea because you worked in the industry? There weren't too many big surprises right now.
I was surprised there wasn't too many big surprises. I was like, we had to forget something. There has to be like some crazy catastrophe that's going to happen. I was like dead set the first day was going to be like, we were going to mess everything up. But I don't think so.
Somebody comes in and says, like, you don't have this, and you're like, oh, what do we do? But
I think the only thing we haven't had is that turtle. Some guy wanted a turtle garden statue, and I was very sad we didn't have one for him. But other than that, I feel like, I mean, we had a lot of requests. Even before we opened, we were kind of lucky because for a while we didn't have the windows covered, so people were constantly stopping by, which we kind of loved because we were like, now we have to know people. But they were really vocal about what they wanted. So like we had a lot of people tell us like, oh, you're gonna have houseplants? Like we love houseplants. We want houseplants. So we kind of went heavy on that, and that was a really big seller for us, especially in the beginning. And then I think everything else, we do have like a pretty solid background in floral, and like I've even like run shops like front of house too. So I had and I also come from a background of like staging and things like that, and she comes from a background of theater. So we had a pretty good idea of like artistically
what we needed, and practically what we needed here for the shop because we've been working at Floral for so long.
Yeah, we also like to shop. So it's pretty easy to find things to buy. I wasn't like, I was like, ooh, I bought that. I that, so we'll sell it, you know. We're trying to keep prices as low as possible because we want it to be affordable. We want people to be able to come in here and actually buy something for somebody and get something original, cool, or something that they can like make. We have a lot of like DIY gifts that, you know, you can give somebody and then they can make something, you know, so we like things like that as well.
I always think about it, whether it's the hardware store, they might have to charge a little bit more, but to drive into Edison or salt, you have the time, you have the gas money, especially nowadays. So having something local is nice, and you guys have done such a nice job with the outside and the inside. I mean, it's nice to have, growing up in this area all of my life, you've heard these stories of the downtown being bustling.
Yeah.
It's nice to see stores, so thank you for
Yeah.
this and the hard work, because we have our own businesses, husband and I.
Yeah.
Hard work running your own business.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
All the time, they never stop, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have any more questions. We just wanted to kind of.
I'm just the cameraman.
You're just the
Just
cameraman.
a
We just wanted to stop by, see you guys, and maybe sometime when you know, I don't know when there's an off season for you guys, maybe you can stop by and we can hear a little bit more about your backgrounds, where you're from, stuff like that. On our podcast.
We'd love to do that. Yeah. Anytime, for sure. Awesome.
Well, thanks for letting us come by. And
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
Thanks for making us look good.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
that's my job.
Meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
See you around. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Where's the Wonder Wheel?
Yeah, it's sitting in the window over there, and hopefully we're thanking Christina and Malia for letting us go through that.
This is
People
cutting
saw it.
edge because we never know what's going to
Yeah, that's
happen. I
true.
mean, we're right.
Yeah.
Something big could come up and we'd have to switch them out.
We forgot to say that we've got more baseball games coming up, but that's okay.
Joe will get to that next week.
Yeah, home talent.
So, are you spinning tonight?
I absolutely can.
Okay.
Damon just sent me a picture of Roy in the driver's seat. Maybe we'll put that on for Roy from Elroy. Maybe they already saw it. But he's sitting in the driver's seat. Damon said he chose to drive, which might be a better choice.
I wonder if he has insurance.
Just the unknown. I mean, we know what Damon can do. The unknown of what Roy would do. That's just okay.
Let's do it, Drew. Let's hear what Dad's got for us and see what.
We got a 1.
1. Oh, that's perfect. That's the one I was hoping you would get. Okay, here it is. And you can pass if you need to. What would you say if you needed to pass? Pass. Favorite swimming location. Now, you can be just general. That is pond, lake, river, creek, pool, ocean. Or you can be specific to one of those. Like Pacific Ocean.
Wow.
A specific ocean.
Or I really like this pond.
What about does like a water park count or no? Is this a outdoor not just
Swimming.
a, like a
Favorite swimming location.
Because
A water park doesn't have a swimming.
They have
typically,
they have
but
like a
that's
wave
not what you
pool
go
and
there
stuff.
for.
Oh, okay.
but
sorry.
that's a wave pool. That's not swimming. You don't go there to swim.
Yeah, water.
I'm talking about
park.
swimming. A swimming pool, a pond, a creek, a river.
Hey,
And-
this is the captain to this question. You listen to the
I try to
captain when
be.
you're on
I
this ship.
try to be flexible, but I'm gonna.
Well, that's why I was asking for clarification. Joe wasn't here, so Dad's got his aqua blue shirt on too. Speaking of,
Yeah, it's almost a Mustangs, a Mazo
It is
Mustangs
almost
color.
that. Did
I
you
was
wear that
looking.
last night?
By
No,
the
but I'm
way,
going to on Sunday,
You
even if
need
it's
to.
hot.
I was
You
looking
need
at.
to.
I was in the bathroom
Down in Richland Center.
washing my hands. I looked in the mirror, and our baseball hats are a different
Yeah.
teal than our jerseys are. It's just funny.
Hey, cool question about the game that was this last Sunday, when we're when we come out with this, when the Mazo Mustangs played Richland Center. What's their nickname? What's their?
I don't know what they are. I don't know.
Isn't there high school like the Hornets or something?
They
sure
are.
are.
I don't know if they are. They used
I
to
don't
have a
think they are.
team, and then they folded. They had like 19 or 20 guys, and then the next year they didn't have a team.
Huh.
And then they're finally back. So, and
All right.
they were fairly competitive.
Back to favorite swimming location, general or specific. You choose, Drew.
I'm probably I like a pool. I like to be able to see what I'm swimming in. We've been to the ocean, and I like the ocean just fine, especially the Atlantic side, because it was warmer. Felt like a pool.
Aqua green kind of.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And then the time that we had really good waves, that was a lot of fun.
Milky brown waves.
But I can't see. I can't see in there.
Were you talking about, just clarification?
Texas.
Were you talking about the Texas, Jamaica Beach?
I was talking about the Atlantic side.
The Atlantic when we had the
went
bigger,
over with
bigger
Larry and
waves.
Bob.
Yep.
When we had those big waves and the water was nice. So if you got big waves keep on turning,
Proud Mary.
then I'm all for that with the nice warm ocean water, because I could just put my mind at ease about. But sometimes when you've been swimming, we went on the Gulf side or whatever, a couple times you can kind of feel some things swimming around you. And that's not my favorite.
Especially when the water's chocolate milk brown, and you're
like it was in Texas.
Like, oh, this is the waves were great.
I would probably say my especially since we're I would almost even say especially since we're in the Midwest and there's no ocean very close. I like swimming pool.
Have you ever swam in Lake Michigan?
Yeah.
We swam in Lake Superior.
We swam in all of them except I think one.
I remember that.
Maybe Erie. We didn't
Was that
swim
Superior
I don't
that
think
we were
you've
up
swam
there
in
doing?
Ontario either.
Because I remember that time
there was
that we
one of- I thought we
swam
did, but-
in one of the lakes.
I think we swam in.
Yeah.
You told us, maybe it was Mom
It
or
was
you, I
Superior.
can't remember.
No, it was me.
It was you that you said, "Hey guys, don't get out too far." So we were just kind of waiting in about knee high.
I said it
We
could
were
drop
very-
off any time.
We were very nervous.
How
You
old
guys
were
wanted
we?
to go to a rock that was maybe 100 yards out.
How old were we? Some of
Well,
us.
some of it, yeah. I always say none of us are the same age. I don't.
I was asking. I just was asking how old were some of us.
I don't know. It was probably at least 12 plus
Yeah,
years ago. I think
yeah.
I maybe was
Yeah.
in high school or something.
We were inching out. I'll
Yeah.
tell you.
Very
You
nervous.
tell the story, and I say, "Hey guys, careful now."
Yeah.
And we couldn't see it, and
He kind of kept getting after us about
Yep.
it because some of us were like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, Dad, come on.
And then all of a sudden,
Let go
must
of
have
the
been
leash.
must have been some locals or just people that didn't have parents that were overly smothering. But they came and small kids, smaller
Yep.
than us,
Yep.
went running out
6,
past
7 years
right
old.
by
right
you.
by us, and they were just they were in knee high water the whole time running out to that rock, and we just kind of stood there and were like, oh, okay, I guess we could have gone a little further.
Dad, can we go, Dad?
yeah. Then it was too late to go.
It was a little too
probably.
late. Yeah.
And we were just testing it out.
Yeah. But Lake Michigan, we've done some swimming there, and at least some of the places that I've been, it's hard to your feet with all the
Rocky.
rocks and stones,
and it's
that's-
typically cold unless
Yeah.
you get it like late August and it's been a hot summer. It's pretty chilly
Yep.
oftentimes. So yours was
Probably a swimming
an
pool
ocean,
since-
but
yeah.
but a safe bet would be a pool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Johnny?
I would say a pool, just because it's not so salty. The ocean was. I would say basically the same thing. Only I'm not too concerned about what's under my feet. I guess I don't really think about that all that much. But I don't really like the. Sometimes it just gets into your nose or into your mouth consistently. You just kind of like ugh.
Yeah, it's weird.
After a while, but so the pool doesn't do that. So yeah, pool.
When we went to the ocean, in your mind, that it's salt water.
Mm-hmm.
But the first time at least for me, the first time it hits you, you're like, oh, this
You
doesn't
can
taste
taste
good.
it. No, yeah.
I'd never tasted this before.
Yeah. Because even like at Salmo or some of the other ponds and stuff that we've gone to, you get some of that, but it's fresh water, so it just doesn't taste bad per se.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another one.
I'd have to say probably my favorite is the Black Earth Creek. I don't know why, but
Just of games you guys would play and stuff in
I'm
there?
not a big swimmer. I don't care for swimming at all.
Yeah.
So, I don't mind, going in the ocean is fine. I probably would say that I have a fear of sharks.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I see those videos of people being in the water and there's sharks, like, 50 feet away from them, 50 yards. And it's like, I'd just stay in my room, you know, instead of going out there and having that chance or anything like that. But I'd probably say the creek, because we used to do that all the time, the creek, Black Earth Creek. Yeah. It was refreshing and cool, and
especially when
it would
had lots
overflow.
of lots
that
of
was the best.
rainwater.
You could jump
That was
off
kinda
the
fun.
train tracks, and it was it was
Didn't back just a few years ago. You guys were all there, and a police officer came and asked
Yeah.
if your
Yeah. If there's
your
any
parents
adult-
knew
I think
you,
I
or
was
if they're
like
any
20
adults.
years old,
Yeah, and
and
you guys,
those guys
Jonathan was
were-
over 30.
Yeah.
yeah.
Your parents know you're here. Well, my dad. You should have said,
Yeah.
"Well, my dad
Well, we
should
know
be
your
here
track record,
because
so
because Superior. He was careful with us.
He
Lake
was
Superior.
very
Yep.
serious about
Yep.
water safety.
I grew up, you know, the first few years of my life, there was no pool because it was, as we saw, was erected when I was 9 years old. We went to Fish Lake and Governor Dodge, and I didn't know any better, so I liked that quite a bit. We had picnics and stuff. But when we got a pool, I liked the pool. And I liked the pool because, like you said, you could see the bottom. You know there's nothing in there except for other people. And then I think it was whatever year Jaws came out. That ruined my swimming experience, even in like up at Crescent Lake, up in Rhinelander, when we go up there to camp. I was afraid when I was a young teenager because of Jaws. That's a freshwater place, but supposedly the place where Jaws took place was off the coast, but it's Jaws came into a lake or somehow got into a lake or something.
I think there is some, I don't know what kind of sharks they are. If they're bull sharks, if those can,
Bull sharks
they
can.
like they can filter the water
Yeah.
some
They can
way,
tolerate
or they
fresh
get,
water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm.
Yeah. So it's
I agree.
possible.
It's like
but a
like,
great white in Crescent Lake, probably not. Or
That seems far.
I hope not.
Yeah. But the ocean was fun on the Atlantic side,
Yeah.
especially when the waves were. But our first, I mean, I've been to the ocean a couple of times, but the first time we went really into it, it was chilly. And I don't know what the
In Texas,
temperature,
right?
and it was kind of a brown color, but the waves were huge.
Yeah.
Remember
And
though,
that was a
when
lot
you
of
would
fun.
you would walk out, you know, we were out maybe 50 yards, and it would get kind of, you'd start getting deeper, it'd get up to about here, and then you'd walk out another 20, 30 yards, and
Yep.
then it would be to your waist, and you're like, what? How is it getting? It was just the waves were
Wave after
going, and
wave.
then we got out there. We got out far.
Yeah, quite a ways.
To like a point where it's like, I'm ready to go back. I was. It's like,
Yeah, we tried to keep going for a while.
Yep.
anyway.
Yeah, so that's, I would say pool, probably.
Yeah.
So 3 out of 4 said pool. I don't know what Joe Bob still goes down and jumps in the creek.
Joe opens his eyes under the water in the creek.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's not right.
You'd see him come up. Deshaun would too. He'd come up, he'd be with his eyes open. You're like, what is you looking at down there? Gross. I don't want to know. That's the thing. Like, I think about snorkeling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, some people do that. I don't even in, it's like, I don't want to see the big fish down there and stuff. I like fishing, but I don't. It's like, I don't want to be face to face with them in their environment. I know they're probably scared of me, but anyway.
There you have it.
There we go.
There
That's
we
the
had
Wonder
it.
Wheel.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for bringing Maze Mini Sitewise.
You bet.
Make sure you show up to number 62 because Joe's going to have,
He'll
be
I'm sure, a
back.
plethora of things for Wisconsin Nights Weekly. Excuse
Yep,
me.
he's taking us into the summer.
And yeah, check out the new
What?
flavors. There we go.
Yeah,
I-
full
my-
flavors.
Flavors.
I- my
1855
mind is-
coffee.
1855, yep.
Yep. Try them out. Check out Michelle Van Shindig. Go see the nice coffee shop down at the old bank, and maybe get 10% off your food or drink beverage. So thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.